We have a lot of parents come to us when their kids are around 20 pounds or so, or getting close to that point. I believe Finn is about 22 pounds.
22 pounds.
Because they've been using a front pack carrier and their back is killing them. And they're looking for an alternative or replacement for the front pack. But by that point, because their child has been facing out in the front pack for so long, their child is used to that, and the parents are convinced that they want a replacement where they can do facing out. So in this video, we want to show some alternatives for before that, how you can do a hip carry or a front facing carry, or sorry, a facing in, or a back carry leading up to that point. It's totally fine. And also the fact that facing out with a baby over 20 pounds is not really a sustainable option. So here we go. Okay, so I have Sophie, who is about 23 pounds and she's pretty sleepy, in an Enchanted Snuggle Maytai, and Nicole has Finn, who's about 22 pounds, in a Snuggly, and the Snuggly has the waist support, and it's got, you know, the back buckle, so it looks like it would be a comfortable option. But Nicole, do you want to talk about how it feels for you?
Yeah, I'm feeling, first of all, I'm feeling like I'm bending forward all the time. I feel like his weight is being pushed away from me, so I'm kind of stooping forward, so I'm always kind of straining to lean back. And I also especially find that across the back here in the shoulders is where all the weight is, and it's pretty uncomfortable. Standing still, it's okay. When I'm walking, it's even worse. And as you can see, he's not all that happy either. He's not used to being carried like this. He's used to facing inwards and being cuddled and snuggled close to me. So I would say neither of us are all that happy with this particular carrier.
Is here, Mom? And so with Sophie in the Maytai, her weight is in nice and close to me. Her legs are wrapped around me, so I don't have her weight pulling me forward like Nicole has with Finn. She can also snuggle up to me, you know, because she's quite tired. And I have the waist support still. I also have it crossed across my back. It's a little bit crooked just because of the way she's leaning. But it's totally equally supported on my waist and then fully across my back. So I'm not feeling any pressure anywhere specifically. It's just, you know, it's comfortably transferring down into my legs. And you can actually do this carry, you know, you don't ever have to do a forward-facing carry. So your baby doesn't ever have to get used to the forward-facing carry and make it harder to transition later on. You can do a carry facing in like this from the start and just have something that's fairly low cut once they have good back and neck control. Or you can do a hip carry in a pouch, or you can do a back carry, which we will show next. Okay, so you can wear a baby on your back, actually starting, well, you can wear a baby in your back in some carriers starting from birth, but most people will start once their baby is able to sit up on their own and have good neck and back control. That's when most people feel most secure. And baby can see generally over your shoulder at that point. If they're too short to see over your shoulder and they really want to be able to see, you can put them on your hip in a pouch or a ring sling instead. But once they're tall enough to see over your shoulder, or you can also do a high back carry, then they can see out without being facing forward on your front, so then you don't have to deal with transitioning from forward facing to a back carry, because once they do get used to forward facing, they do tend to, it's not so much that they like it, it's more that they're used to it, and so transitioning out of that. So if you're already doing a forward facing carry, we can transition into a back carry, because once the forward facing carry gets uncomfortable for you around 20 pounds, a back carry is what's going to be most comfortable for you. However, if you're not already doing a forward facing carry, just skip it all together. There's a lot of risks associated with it, which you can read about on a lot of different great websites. And then you don't have to worry about transitioning. So Jen, you've used a Snuggly or Bjorn as well. How does this compare to trying to carry her at 23 pounds on your front?
It's a lot more comfortable. The weight is distributed on my hips and the core of my back rather than my shoulder blades. You're not walking around, like Nicole was saying earlier, like this. Even if she's messing around, I still have the support. Whereas, like you saw earlier, she was trying to lean to one side or the other. Mm-hmm. And the Bjorn, it would then totally off-center you like that almost. Whereas even if she does that in this or a Maytai or a wrap, she's still mostly centered on the core of my back. So
yeah, great. I think that about covers it.